Hey everyone, Yogurt here. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday evening, day, night, whatever your time of day might be. Pardon me. Didn't mean to come in with a frog there. Terribly sorry about that. Anyway, hey Buffy, hey Gray. Good to see you both here. Looks like we got the usual suspects in house. Camera's a little bit different once again. It'll be changed by the weekend to probably more optimal everything. As always, I hope the audio is fine. Do let me know if it's not. It should be the same as last time because I didn't change anything, but you know, that's been the case before. I do believe I have everything in place to avoid these issues moving forward after tonight's stream. And again, weekend stream is getting bumped to Sunday at 10:15 Arizona time, so 9:15 Pacific instead of Saturday, just for this weekend, because we have a new bed getting delivered, and yeah, that's on Saturday, and it would be problematic if we got that going. Anyway, lost my train of thought because I'm dropping frames left and right for some reason, and I don't know why, and it caught my eye. Looks like we got a lot of buffering going on, even though it says I have an excellent condition. I think it's fixed now. YouTube's telling me I have an error, but it's looking like it's fixed on my end, maybe? Not sure what's going on here. How is it for everybody else out there in chat? Everything cool now, Gray? Hopefully. Yeah, I am sitting here quiet because I was waiting for somebody to reply like a fool. But, anyway, let me know if it's still bad because YouTube's telling me it's not getting enough video, but the preview looks okay now, so I'm gonna go on. Anyway, moving on, we are in the middle of questioning or speaking with Dandelion's lady friends in an attempt to find him because it seems Ciri sought him out for help in Novigrad, of all people. So we are going to try and find him. We've talked 2 out of 4, so we've got 2 more left, and we are going to pick up in Novigrad, going to talk to them. So here we go. Again, if anything audio or otherwise related is wonky, let me know and I will address it. Make sure I get the right one here.
Triss could not help Geralt, yet she did direct him to Karim Tilly, an Oneiromancer and an expert at finding the lost and the missing. Guided by Karim Tilly, the Witcher had a dream. In it, Ciri and I, the bard Dandelion, were reunited. Geralt now knew that to find Ciri, he would first need to find his dear old friend.
Yes, indeed, and that's what we are off to do.
Closer. Don't be shy. You'll find out everything.
And before we get too far in, I believe we cleared out weight. Yeah, we're good on weight. Sweet. Just wanted to make sure. Alright. So we're going to talk to Rosa van Atre. I love how I like to pronounce things, not knowing how they're supposed to be pronounced, and probably just butcher them.
That makes 2 million.
Why'd you give your food to that beggar? Because he was hungry. He wouldn't be.
But anyway, as I was trying to say earlier, before I got distracted by YouTube telling me there were errors and all that good stuff, I hope everyone's having a good Thursday. Happy close to end of week. I, for one, am beat and am very ready for the weekend. Mainly just ready to not have work anymore. Oh, it's this one. Oh, I lied. We have 3 more to talk to. We're gonna go to Marabella first. We're gonna do Von Atre last. Basically, because of something I remember, just seems like it's better to do last. Your wife calls it pre-Friday, I like that. I mean, it basically is pre-Friday. I was chatting and forgot to be following my waypoint. Okay, once we in this door. Seems like it was the same place either way, but who knows. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot about this little weird building cut through. Because it's not the sort of thing that the GPS will usually take you through, but...
Excuse me. I'm looking for Marabella.
I am she. Wait outside. Class is in session.
You're right, it is only in office jobs, because most of my life, I'm 38 years old, the majority of my life has been spent in jobs where Friday was largely irrelevant, because it didn't mean anything, it wasn't the end of my week, or it was like hell day, because Friday was actually a terrible day, like especially when I worked in, well, not necessarily terrible, but busy, like when I, my very first career was a lighting engineer, concert lighting, so, it's one of those things. Friday and Saturday were hugely busy because those were big show days, and bigger productions and everything else, so it depends on what you do. Currently, I am in a Friday venerated job, and I relish Fridays, because, especially lately, things have been just nuts. But, yeah. I totally get where you're coming from on that. I'll wait for the children. Go ahead and say it, Gray.
It won't take long. It turns out he'll not come after all.
Where are ya?
A rat bit him, and he's caught a fever.
Where'd he get bit? It hurt him much. Will he die? Don't die from rats, stupid.
You can.
Just the other day I saw a witch hunter tell a man, "You rat," and then he killed him.
It's a little bit different, child.
We're done for the day. Gather your things and go home.
So we had to wait for class to end so she could say the kid got bit by the rat and listen to them say dumb things and ask questions that she didn't answer.
He's as good as in the grave. My mummy says hello.
Now can we talk?
Yes. What do you want?
I know you saw Dandelion recently.
Oh, yes. Longest afternoon of my life.
He read you his poems.
No. We perused the illustrated guide to fungi.
Maybe.
Why on earth would Dandelion want
Won't
that?
even try to guess why he wanted to do that.
Mold. That was his interest. When his
Same
hand abandoned my
curiosity.
need to a figure of penicillium, I knew the fire between us had died. Permanently.
Found a poem Dandelion wrote about you. Portrayed you as an unusually talented individual.
Really? Did he mention my poetry? Horses have always fascinated me. I've always longed to extol their noble beauty. Did you see any of my work at Dandelions? Mere exercises, true, but I'd be curious to know what you thought of them.
No. Didn't see any.
Gee up! A snakely whip.
Shucky darn.
Jee-haw! Crack! She reined the beast in. The stallion danced betwixt her thighs. Lather bathed its chinny chin.
Sorry, don't know much about poetry.
But that was pretty awful.
See Dandelion after the fungus incident?
No. I even considered granting him another chance. His heart of hearts is pure gold. He simply needs a bit more discipline in his life.
Unusual amount of truth to that,
So I thought if it's done,
all things
it's
considered.
done.
Yeah, you can't tell just by how many Friday gifts there are. He might be busy. Who might be busy but Buffy? Contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Or delicacy of a minor. More like catalyzing the delicacy of a minor or something. I don't know. But yeah, I see your point. Apparently, I am still allowed within 1,000 feet of a school, or even in one. But see, it wasn't all the children. It was just some. And I've already agreed that I fairly well regret my decision. But it's too late.
Thanks for your help. Farewell.
It's been done. The children have been eaten. And out of context, this bit of commentary on my part would sound really, really bad. But I've learned my lesson. Henceforth, I will save the children. Bring your children to Marabella's school for tots, where they will learn reading, writing, and respect for the gods. I really just want to be like reading, writing, and arithmetic so badly it tricked me up. We charge no fees, but welcome donations from all. Your generosity is what keeps us going. That's why I wasn't saying anything about it. I was waiting for Gray to say something about the children. I was going to be really disappointed if it wasn't coming. Because I wanted to make a few jokes of the same ilk myself, but I assumed Gray was, not going to let me down and he would take care of it. Why did it tell me to come in here? It's odd. He thinks he pissed his trousers, that's a problem. So we'll see if there's anything up here while I'm in here. There is. All manner of things. Actually, it's a bunch of the same stuff, but it's fine. It's stuff I need. And there's another floor. More lootable items in here than I thought. Guess that wasn't really a wasted exploration trip through the house. I mean, some of it was junk, but some of it's actually rather useful. Went back in the way I came by accident. Nope, up the stairs. Not sure what that was we were overhearing there in the background, but sounded like someone teaching someone else how to hiss.
Mysterious murders happening in some house. Breakfast with the imagination of a drunk troubadour.
Murders in some house, huh?
Some storekeeper told her the corpses were shreds. A storekeeper, another trustworthy source. Everyone in Novigrad wants others to
Raid Shadow Legends.
Fantastic tales are the easiest way. Well, I believe there's something to this. You'll yet see.
Okay, that wasn't as informative as I had hoped. There's the message board that I was looking for. Notice of death of Joachim Schwann, honorable towns dwellers. I deeply regret to inform you about the untimely death of Joachim Schwann, a tax collector who has served our fair city for many years. The ceremonial cremation of his remains will take place at the end of the current month. The City Council of the Free City of Novigrad. P.S. Since Joachim Schwann's family did not wish an address to be made known, please address all condolences to City Hall. P.P.S. Please refrain from sending letters of derogatory nature. Fair enough. That wouldn't be a very nice thing to do. Announcement concerning items of magic nature. May the following hereby be known. The production, possession, or sale of any magic items whatsoever, exempli gratia, amulets meant to bring good fortune, desire intensifying potions, dolls used to cast curses on their likenesses, and so forth, is strictly prohibited, strictly forbidden, and shall be punished with the utmost severity, probably burned at the stake. His Excellency Cyrus Engelhind Himmelfart, Hierarch of the Eternal Fire. Wanted, hot burning firewood. The Church of the Eternal Fire seeks to purchase firewood of the highest quality. Any man who can supply such product will not only be generously compensated, but will also aid the fight against heresy and lechery. For the wood will be used to burn the pyres upon which mages and other such filth will be incarcerated. His Excellency, yeah, okay, that's just so bad. Raid Shadow Legends today, brought to you by Wolf School. One day we cook children, the next we educate them. High stakes Gwent tournament. Gwent lovers. Count Tybal invites you to come to Passiflora, where he shall proudly host a high stakes Gwent tournament. There we go. An offer will not only be riveting. On offer will not only riveting play against superb opponents, but also fabulous prizes for the victors. Okay, that is actually worded wrong. On offer will be not only riveting play. Okay, I read it wrong. Only ladies and gentlemen with fortunes vast enough to cover the entry fee are invited to join. How much is it? That would be helpful information. We also require all entrants to be in possession of an above-average deck. One fitted with a good measure of neutral cards. Decks shall be checked before entry is permitted. Hope to see you at Passiflora. Gray, there's all manner of jokes for you to be made in this paragraph right here related to the deck comparison mechanic that doesn't exist. That I still kind of hate you for. Not because you burned me with the joke, that's awesome. Just because it doesn't really exist and now I want it. Contract, Haunted House. I seek a witcher of unsullied reputation. Documentation regarding their prior achievements and written references preferred. Like what? Who will undertake the task of combing the residents on the outskirts of the city recently acquired by the undersigned Count Kurt Dysart in order to find and drive off or kill the creature which is haunting it. A sizable reward is guaranteed. Sincerely, Kurt Dysart, Count of Anchor, by writ of King Foltest, temporarily in residence at the Kingfisher. Okay. You know, it was a bad message when Himmelfart is the second worst thing on the page. I know, right? Average deck energy. Okay, where's the barber? Because I must change my look, because these things are important. Even in single-player games. Well, I am streaming it, so, you know. Alright, fix the look, make it better.
To the honourable gentleman. Razors, scissors, knives, ground to sharpness mere moments ago.
Need a trim. Think you can manage?
Alright. I love how they give you the option for a mullet. By love, I mean it's terrible, but... But in my opinion, this is a much better look for Geralt overall. I don't think I want to do anything to the beard. Friendly mutton chops. Yep, nope, I think that's good. Just the haircut.
So long.
There we go. It looks much better. It thins it out, you know, it keeps it more straight instead of like poofing out. I don't know. Just a much, much better look. Again, my not entirely humble opinion because I am blasting it on the internet here, but you know, feel free to disagree and make Geralt look different in your playthrough.
The second sword.
Is it in case the first one breaks?
Once again, no. The second one is not in case the first one breaks.
Ah, no.
What have we here?
This Baronet's La Vallette's villa.
Shouldn't interest you. The Baroness don't mingle with just anyone.
Don't worry. I'm here to see your chambermaid, Molly.
Out of the way. Baroness is riding out. Be gone.
Not a friendly sort, is he?
Geralt of Rivia at my doorstep.
Aha.
Surely this is no chance encounter.
Greetings, Baroness. Greetings, General. You're right. I'm here
Apparently
for a
I know
reason.
everyone.
There's no mistaking you. But for etiquette's sake, Mary Louisa La Valette.
Okay, well, we
an
do know
Imperial
General
General and a
Voorhees.
Witcher meet. And know each other. Surprising.
I don't really feel like being a jerk to him at this point, but which one of these is the nice option? It's hard to say.
Yeah, we had an opportunity to, talk when the Emperor summoned me to Vizima.
Had you run afoul of Var Emrys? No. You'd be long dead if that were so.
Not entirely
It
true.
seems,
I've
then,
pissed
that
him
you
off
share
many
some
times.
interests. But I shan't question you out of doors. Will you accept my invitation? Tell me what brings you here.
Looking for a girl named Molly. Heard she works here.
My maidservant. I'm afraid she's currently at the home of my dear friend Patricia Vegelbud.
Perhaps Geralt could accompany us. He could speak with Molly at the races.
Is that something you'd consider, Witcher? Care to partake of some sophisticated
Oh,
diversion?
hell. Oh, yeah, I'll just go with them.
Well, if Molly will be there.
Because I don't have to
On our way
race
then.
right now. Because I should probably do the initial series of races in Velen before I do the harder series here. And if I remember correctly, one of the ones here in Novigrad took me... YouTube's acting like it's having problems again, but I'm not sure if it really is. But yeah, one of the races... Actually, no, it wasn't the ones here. It was actually one through Novigrad. It took me, like,
We've arrived.
I don't know how many tries. Over 20.
My father owned a similar estate in
Like, I'm
Bruges.
inclined to say,
As a
like,
young girl,
50.
I'd travel there often to ride.
Shall
My
we
wife
look
would
for
have to give me a
horses? Do you like
better
horses, Geralt?
guesstimate. Actually, I doubt she paid enough
I guess
attention
so.
to how many
Called
times I
every
did
horse
it,
I've had,
other than me
Roach.
swearing about it and it taking multiple
The grey
days.
mare is Cantarella, sired by Kahir, the champion from Vol.
Gray's a nice color. For horses, too.
My coin's on the Black Stallion, Nemrod, purest Nilfgaardian stock.
Surprised he didn't salute you, General. Know anything about the chestnut or the bay?
The chestnut is Thunderbolt, a pure-blood Retanian, gallant steed, but too headstrong for my taste, difficult to control. And the bay hails from Zerrikania. Lord de Volte acquired him recently. I know little about him.
Lord Voldemort?
though Zerrikanians are reputed to have incredible stamina.
Is Molly a horse?
Pardon?
I did come here to see Molly, after all.
Patience, Witcher. She ought to arrive soon. I asked Molly to join us as soon as she was done with her chores. She shouldn't be long now.
All depends what you asked her to do, milady. But I don't really have a choice. I'll wait.
I'm being kind of an ass, which I didn't really want to be. See, like, this should have been the continue option. Whatever.
Seem to know your horses.
No is not the word. Morvran's a true expert.
I find them to be far more honest than men. Must say, I'm curious how you manage in the saddle, Witcher.
Mostly just try to stay in it.
What would you say to a little race?
Not what I came here for.
Don't make me beg, Witcher. Tell you what, win, and I shall give you my finest saddle. Made in Nilfgaard proper of beautifully tanned.
Of course I can't save right now. Oh, fine, we'll see how it goes. I didn't anticipate it going all that well, but...
if your knowledge of horses translates into riding skills.
Well said.
Actually, I'm just racing Voorhees right now, so it's not so bad. Arcanians have the stamina. This one's speed, but headstrong.
Radovid's encamped nearby. Redanian Chestnut might want to impress its king.
I'll not ride with you, but I shall bet on a steed. Nemrod will win, no matter the rider.
Cantarella for me, then. I see no point in delaying this. Let's begin.
I see a point in delaying it. Right, I guess.
Riders ready!
I adore the speed, the rush of air.
Get here.
Can't remember how many races there are here, because I feel like there's this one, and then there's a series of them that take place here, but maybe I'm misremembering. I know there's still a series in Velen that I haven't done yet, because I skipped it, because I didn't want to do it. I will go back and do it, I just didn't want to do it yet.
Come on, Witcher. Let's see what you're made of.
Didn't mean to pull out my sword. As much as it would be nice to just, you know, lop his head off to win. Well, maybe not nice, but easy. Doesn't seem like it would give me the result I wanted. Picked the right horse.
What a thrill! A beautiful
You were wrong,
victory.
my lady.
For one from
I don't know what
every
that
horse
accent
in the
was.
roach, you carry yourself exquisitely in the saddle. My congratulations. That is yours.
Thank you, Jason.
Now, could I talk to your chambermaid, milady?
Ah, yes, Molly. That is why you came here after all.
Indeed
The
it
portly
is.
young woman. That's her.
Speak to her. And you must find us when you're ready to return to Novigrad. We'd be delighted to join you for the journey.
Did they call her the portly woman? Because she's not
Sick of it all.
portly.
Youth these days.
I didn't think at all.
Brained, all of them.
Now, why would it auto go back to defaulting me to the quest, the one that's not right in front of me? Silly game. Before I forget, I'm going to change out the saddle, because that is an upgrade. Otherwise, I'll forget to do it for ages. I think it's an upgrade. Yeah, definitely an upgrade. Though not in look. I don't like the look of it, but such is life. No, there we go. That works.
I'm Molly, my lord. Wish to see me?
Call me Geralt.
Geralt! That Geralt! The one Dandelion's rescued time and time again!
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, sure, we won't screw it up for him.
Wouldn't be here if not for Dandelion.
Told me all about your adventures. How he'd ready you for battle with his songs. How he tamed the Kairan by playing his lute.
I meant that literally. Dandelion's why I'm here. Came to ask you about him. Know where he might be?
No. Sadly, I haven't got a clue. We've not seen each other in ages. The Baroness don't approve of our acquaintance. Says
Can't imagine
Dandelion's a
why.
good-for-nothing layabout. Can you imagine?
Yeah?
But...
Yeah.
Or maybe his sister could help you. Such a nice girl.
Sister. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna screw it up for him if I don't have to. I'm
Any
curious
chance
as
you
to
remember
who
your
his
last conversation
sister
with
is.
Dandelion?
course. He came to borrow some coin for a barge.
What? Why do you need a barge?
To take me on a romantic cruise of the canals by the light of the moon.
So I want to borrow your money to take you on a romantic
Sipping
cruise.
Strawberries and that wine with the bubbles.
Sounds about
And
right.
he'd sing me arias. But I've not seen him since.
Since he took your money. Guess I have to
do
out him on
realize
that.
Dandelion doesn't have a sister.
Sure he does. Saw him myself. Funny, she don't look like him at all. Blonde, for starters. Maybe they've different fathers.
Mm-hmm. Different mothers, too.
Maybe. But you can see he cares for her. Looks after her. The way he carried her packages and...
Know where I can find her, Dandelion's sister?
I know. Whenever I asked Dandelion when we'd visit her, he'd grow all quiet and then change the subject.
She's blonde. It looks nothing. And he cares for her.
Thanks, Molly.
Wait.
Could it be?
Before you go, I've got a request. Dandelion told me once he'd show me his etchings, but he never did. I'd so like to see them.
Won't be too hard to convince him. He loves showing off those etchings to anyone he can.
Oh, that's wonderful! Thanks, and good luck to you on your search.
Yeah, she's not portly at all. She's rather small. Unless I misheard the word, but I swear they called her portly.
Nothing hurts as much as life.
Return to Novigrad on your own or with Voorhees and Baroness. Well, I suppose I came here with them. I'll go back with them. Why not? Where are they? Ah. Seriously? That's just... annoying. Okay, how do I get up there? That is also annoying, that separate entrance entirely.
Ah, Geralt, there you are. Shall we return together?
Yes.
Gladly. It's a long way to Novigrad. Road ought to seem shorter with some company.
I'd say the same. Well then, let's go.
Even though we don't like each other. Although it's kind of interesting, we get along after our initial dislike of each other there in Vizima. Which is understandable why he didn't like me, all things considered.
And here we are.
Probably thinks I'm responsible for getting his men killed.
Likewise. See ya.
And we didn't like him because, one, he works for the Emperor, and two, was being a dick.
Ah, Geralt. What can I do for you?
I don't know. Let's see.
Big changes afoot in the Empire.
You've no notion? The Emperor summoned you. He only ever summons with reason. It's clear he seeks his daughter.
You know a lot.
I must. I am my father's son.
What's your father got to do with this?
He is close to the Emperor. And knows the opposition. Knows they press for abdication. Ceding the throne to Cyrilla, it's the best the Emperor can do. But, as is known, an Empress needs an Emperor at her side. My father will ensure the right man is chosen.
So you're angling to marry Ciri. I'm surprised it doesn't give me the option to have something to say about that, because I is me and not, as Yogurt and not Geralt playing Geralt, have something to say about it, so would Ciri, for that matter, and she can speak for herself, but... Alright, so I need to find a way in.
Cross the Yara, we will cross the pond.
Would you would?
I want in, so I went to the door. Thought that would have been obvious. I Are you talking about General Voorhees, or Jason as I affectionately call him? With his very... pale's not the right word, just more like straight up gray complexion. No pun intended, gray.
Rosavar Atra's expecting me. Supposed to give her lessons in swordplay.
Come with me. Miss Rosa awaits.
That worked. Easier than I would have guessed.
Won't you realise what you've got yourself into?
Hope so too.
Miss Rosa's got a downright beastly temper. Shows no mercy once she grips a sword.
It's alright, I'll be there in a minute. Just stealing some stuff, as I do. It's all good. Don't seem to mind anyway. More stuff.
Grab a wooden one. Take care not to follow me.
Didn't mean to cut off his dialogue there. Curious as to what he was going to say. Take care not to what.
You fancy men like me. Whole town's going on about it. So no point playing hard to get, sugar puss.
What?
It's Lady Varatra to you. And I'd advise you to sod off, sugar puss, before I report this to Papa.
Okay.
You're my new instructor.
Yes, that's
Papa
who I am.
Clearly went out of his way this time. Wood to start with. I must know your worth.
Fair enough, I guess. Pallid? Do you mean the general? The one we were riding against in the race a little bit ago and such? Is that who you're talking about? Gray? Probably not supposed to just beat the crap out of her, but...
Make me wait.
But I don't see any reason in, like, taking it easy on her either. I mean, ultimately, I'm sure I'm supposed to beat her, because... didn't give me an option not to, you know, spar with her in the first place. What? You were just slightly below halfway.
You're much better than the last one.
I'm not actually your swordplay instructor.
Really? Then who are you? And how on earth did you get in?
I lied and said I was your swordplay instructor. That really should have been clear at this point. Yeah, Voorhees. General Voorhees. Yeah, he's such a gray, weird complected. He does seem like he's part drowner.
Guards aren't up to muster. Let me right in. Just had to tell them I was here to teach you swordplay.
I told Father
It's true, they didn't vet me at all.
But if you're not the instructor, then who exactly are you? Have you come to rob? Kill? Speak!
Neither. So what do you say we stay calm?
Not that I condone battering women either, but wouldn't dooming children be the escalation from battering women in a basement instead of the other way around? Not, I mean, again, both horrible, but you know, I've learned my lesson from the cooking of the children.
Before I ask, gotta
Until
admit,
the next bad
you do
decision
pretty
I
well
make.
with a sword. One pointer. Don't expose your left flank when you dodge.
Oh, I know. Terrible habit. Can't seem to get rid of it. I'd hoped to find someone in Novigrad who could help me to do so. But don't you dare try to dazzle me with advice. Already admitted you're not here to give me lessons.
Doesn't mean I can't be helpful.
Came to ask about your rhetoric tutor, Dandelion.
Rhetoric tutor? Good one. That is why Papa hired him, but not at all what the bard had in mind. He mostly played his lute and sang for us. I believe he thought he was wooing.
Mean he wasn't? But you had some sort of relationship?
If you call him chasing after me a relationship. Even so, there was nothing between us. Seems my sisters had a bit of fun at our expense. But enough chatter.
Indeed.
Stand and fight. I demand a rematch.
Really? Why? It's a waste of time. I want to get back to talking about your sister and Dandelion and where he is and what's going on.
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one? Drat it! You're quick! Just fight!
I'm not getting my dodges off quite right, timing-wise. I should say my blocks, parries. I will hand it to her. She's pretty. I mean, she's better than anybody else so far.
Damn it.
Damn it! Well, if you're not an instructor, you should certainly be one. Fancy giving me a few private lessons?
Can't
Why
really
not?
refuse a request from a lady.
What are you two lovebirds whispering about? You asked about my relationship with Dandelion? Well, here's the mix-up's mastermind. Edna Va Atra, the greatest mischief maker north or south of the Yaruga.
And she doesn't deny it. Well, you know, I had to let her seem like, you know, she could have a chance, otherwise it's not teaching her much. And as Grace said, she does know her way around a sword.
Wait a minute. Mean to say Dandelion mixed you two up?
On occasion, yes. But then Rosa would quickly set him straight. If you'd shut your catty mouth for a moment, dear little sister, I could explain. Edna sent Dandelion some love letters. She signed my name. Conceited as he is, naturally he fell for it. I was left to repel the aging bard's advances. Rosa, I had the best of intentions, you know that. I felt
Which
you needed
were?
help taking the first step. You blushed every time he sang a ballad. He'll next sing at your funeral if you don't stop it right now.
Calm down, ladies. No poet's worth two sisters nipping at each other's throats.
Especially not this one.
It's true.
Listen, I just want to know one thing. Either of you seen Dandelion lately?
Edna might have. I certainly have.
I know, right, Gray?
My dear sister, I would never spend time alone with a man for whom you burn with a secret passion. Burn with passion? For one who incessantly praises another woman's talents? Afraid I've more sense than that.
Dandelion act any different lately? Notice anything strange?
Strange? Not really. It's no use, Geralt. She's so enamored she'd hardly notice if he turned into a werewolf. Edna, what? You needn't pretend he followed convention. Remember when he took us to the cemetery?
Rhetoric lessons in a cemetery.
Interesting date.
Unusual even for Dandelion.
We set out to visit the graves of celebrated Oxenford professors. He ended up quizzing us about Margrave Henkel.
Who?
Eccentric old coot. Died recently. He'd apparently been an important and generous patron of the arts as a young man.
Okay.
Bet sophisticated young ladies like you know a bunch about politics.
We've picked up a few things. What would you like to know?
May as well see what they have to say on things.
Outcome looming.
Papa says much depends on Radovid, and on who captures Novigrad first.
What's Novigrad got to do with it? Free city. Never taken sides. Always stayed out of conflicts.
Oh, even children know Novigrad's home to the world's largest fleet. And they say the city's treasury is bursting with enough to equip 2 armies.
These would be reasons to want the city.
Emperor continuing to push north. Courtiers must be ecstatic.
His confidants must be. But Papa says that's not likely to last much longer.
Why not?
Papa says the war's disrupting trade, and people are tired of financing the Emperor's adventures.
It's usually how it ends up going.
Changing subjects. Who'd Dandelion sing about? Know anything about her?
I believe she's a poetess, or trabaritz. Very skilled and exceptionally talented, of course.
Of course.
This woman. Not a local, right?
I seem to remember him praising her melodious Kaviri accent. Makes sense. He referred to her as Kalonetta a few times. Bizarre names are common in Kavir.
Gotta ask Zoltan about this Kalonetta. Been a pleasure.
Yes,
but
it
I've
does
got
seem
stuff
time to
care
take
of.
my leave.
Exceedingly nice to meet you. Please come again. Well, can I expect any more lessons in future?
Of course.
Awfully convincing,
Why not?
miss. Wonder where you learned it. Name the time and place.
House here, tomorrow. Same time as today.
See you then.
See you, Master Witcher.
I've really got to get some new armor that doesn't look so dumb. Anything else in here? Not much. Alright, make sure I put the right weapons on, because it no doubt... No, it didn't have a choice. I didn't have anything incorrect for it to equip, so that worked out. How's work gray going? Or work going gray? Say things in the right order. Considering all the Witcher fan art I've seen, I'm surprised none of it featured those two. It's a good point. I've never seen any fan art featuring them either. Diplomatic report to His Imperial Majesty Emir van Emrys, Emperor of Nilfgaard. Since the time of my last report, remarkably swift progress has been made and sentiment in the city has crystallized. If anyone previously believed the ongoing war did not concern the Free City, not a single resident now doubts the further course of the conflict will be determined within its walls. Our agents have confirmed earlier reports contending that King Radovid has important plans for Novigrad, and lately we have observed an increase in his agents' activity as well as the spread of his propaganda. His prime objective seems to be seizure of the wealth held by the Church of the Eternal Fire. I'm bored with them losing their wealth, just not going to Radovid though. Yet though Hierarch Hemmelfart officially rules the city, the true power is in the hands of local crime lords. I recommend the Emperor's agents focus further activity in that direction. Henry van Atre. Work's progressing. Things are more handled today, partially due to less stuff coming in and partially due to my training. Yeah, well, both of those things do tend to help that particular case. The one get her IT issues that have been plaguing her resolved yet? Alright. I think that's all the looting for this place. Consult with Zoltan. Let us do this. We'll consult with Zoltan and then we will go do some side questing. At least I think that's my current plan. Nice. Glad that's finally kind of sorted out and taken care of.
Hope it all broke out.
With what?
Jumping chimneys. Stop, or I'll tell the king.
Stop what? When jumping chimneys, that's funny too. Tell the king what?
How you go with this thing? I was faffing about minding my own business when suddenly up he pops on the hill. Hey, pretty boy. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's always that nice feeling of accomplishment. It's like, ah, the birds are leaving the nest and they're flying on their own. No, as long as they fly on their own. If they don't, then it's, you know, less nice.
Monsieur Sultan, you old bun. What's this? Haven't even drunk her water. Naughty bird. Now repeat. Savory crackers.
Interesting helmet that they have on the, I believe, owl. Looks like an owl. Looks like it blinds the bird. Like I don't see the eyes. That's weird.
Ah, you're back. You met Poppy? She ought to start talking any day now.
That Field Marshal Duda's replacement? The Marshal was a parrot. You do remember, right? Where'd you get her?
At auction. Some mage's estate went under the hammer. Witch hunters and the Eternal Fire joined forces, staked out his place and rounded the sorry sap up, put his things up for sale. Happened to be passing by and saw this out. Came with her own cage.
How could you resist?
Could they? 'Tweren't possible. But Dandelion's what matters now. So, how'd you do? Learn much?
Yeah, most definitely an owl. Yeah, you go first, Sultan.
Tell me what you've got first.
A few bruises and a torn doublet. Otherwise, not much of note. He wasn't staying with any of them. I'd not seen hiding or hair of him in ages. All I learned was a few of Dandelion's pickup lines of dubious worth.
Let's hear him. I'm all ears.
I know how he wooed a lass studying natural history. Asked her about the habits of trolls. You know where
Interesting
he went
way
with the
about
cook
it.
from the Passiflora? The Oxenford Novigrad Road, which has just now been repaired. Made us stare for hours as labourers crushed boulders into cobblestones, tried to pass it off as a romantic outing. I don't know of a human woman, but that would bore a dwarven lass to tears. He's growing old, that poet of ours.
Maybe.
Guess so.
Or maybe he did all that for a reason.
Sounds like you found something out.
Kind of.
Women on my list hadn't seen Dandelion in a while. All claimed he had been acting strange. Also mentioned he'd been seeing someone else. Thing is, Mystery Woman wasn't on my list.
What's she supposedly like, this lass?
Blonde, from Kovir. A Troberitz, apparently, named Kalinetta or something like that.
That makes it clear as crystal. It's Priscilla. Aye. Must be her.
Who's this Priscilla?
A Troberitz, like you said. Quite popular of late. Picks up Dandelion with a pair of tits and you've got the general idea.
Interesting image. So how Dandelion...
Not the most pleasant image, really.
I think he fell in love.
What can
Yeah, I
say?
won't be cynical.
Could be he finally met his match.
She's his match, all right. Maybe more. Laddie's head's on fire. Lassie's got him whirling.
All right. Guess we gotta talk to her.
Priscilla works for the Mummers troupe, Reynard and the Foxen. Whenever they're in town, she performs nightly at the Kingfisher.
Mean we've been sentenced to an evening of poetry?
Must you always? This'll be true poetry, Geralt. You'll see.
True poetry, huh? I guess we shall see. Cover their eyes to keep them docile. If they can't see, they're a lot calmer. That does actually make sense. I buy that. Basically the exact opposite of people. Yeah, you cover people's eyes and blind them and they freak out. Although eventually they might become more docile because they can't see, I don't know. I mean... Because they do put, you know, hoods over captives' bags over captives' heads and such, but... Zoltan and the Kingfisher after sundown. Oh, nice. It looks like we got a couple more people popping in. Thank you for coming in. Enjoy yourselves. Feel free to chat if you'd like. If you just want to hang out and watch, that is absolutely fine as well. Hope you're enjoying it. And, yeah, thanks for coming in.
Help! Save me! I'm dying!
Of poverty. Yes, I know you're dying of poverty. You've told us numerous times. I thought I got that message board already. Alright, so time to go do some side questing, I believe. Clear some of this stuff out. Along with some contracts. An invitation from Kira Metz. We do need to do that at some point, but... Ginny rocked our world last time. Level or 2 up from then, but... I don't know. True poetry is better than bad poetry, you guess. Something related to birds, they do it for hawks too. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because I have seen the blinders that they put on the birds of prey that they train to do stuff, so yeah, that actually makes sense. Just hadn't really thought about it. Don't play with the gods. Alright. What shall we do? Where are the horse races in Velen? Because I know I didn't do them. Oh, there we go. It's blind as a bat. Because I do believe I got all the fights. Alright, so we need to go Crow's Perch. Definitely fast traveling, so there.
Poverty. Beware, for you know neither the day nor the hour.
Yeah, there's a series of horse races in Velen, then there's the one at the, I think it's the Vengelbuzz where we were with Voorhees. We did the one race, I want to say there's a series there, and then I know in Skellige there's a series. Like, every location has them, kind of like... Every location has the series of bouts as well. We did the fights here, the bouts here in Velen, I just skipped over the horse races at the time. Because as everyone in chat at least has witnessed and will enjoy participating in the fun making, I am a terrible driver and horse racer and operator of all vehicles in video games. Pretty universally.
Can we talk?
Aye, long as it's short and to the point, 'cause I don't wag me tongue for jollies. They call me Radcow. I arranged
there are lots of jokes here in that Red Cow.
Talk. Wanna try? Say the word. Don't sod off.
Wanna sign up?
I mean, he is to the point.
No signing. Long as you're here come sunset, and bring gold for the betting.
Sunset.
Ah, finally here. Rules are simple.
Didn't even make
Choose
me
who you're gonna
meditate.
run against,
Nice.
make your wager, then ride to Blackbow and back. First the winner, second's a bleeding cunt. Got it? So, who are you going to race?
That's
Stuttering
one way of
Mama
putting it.
Matco, Iron Arse Hands, or Black Bogdan?
I guess we'll start with Stuttering Matko.
I'll take Stuttering Matt.
You'll say, I'll, fuck it. Come on, let's set the wager. And get
If you have that
racing.
bad of a stutter, just don't talk shit. Just, you know, act. Is that a foghorn? Odd.
It's ploughing, all in again.
Go. Oh, he's trying to talk smack back there, bless his mouth.
Slower.
Victory is mine. That was easier than I remember it being.
Nice, nice. You seem to know horses as well as you do monsters. Here's your gold. And if the urge to race again grabs you, come see me.
Nice. That was easier than I remembered it being the last time, but then again, mouse and keyboard does probably make it a little bit easier than controller. Got a racing saddle, which probably isn't... Oh, wrong way. It's probably not as good as the one I've got. 40... 50... No. Sorry. Save that. Oops. Sorry, man. Wasn't trying to light you on fire that time.
So, what'll it be? Gonna race or not?
Yeah.
Want to sign up?
Don't need no signing.
Yes, we've established this.
Good day, grey one. So, who you gonna race? Stuttering Matko, Iron Arse Hands, or Black Bogdan?
I'm better at racing a horse than driving. Yeah, I agree with that. Although I insist, which doesn't help my case at all, but I'll admit it, that's probably just because horses go slower, so the magnification of the errors are not as is not as great. We'll go with Iron Arse Hans.
Let's see how that iron ass holds up. Come on, Hans.
Spent half my life on horseback, other half on the backs of ponies. You can't beat me.
Come on, let's set the wager and get racing.
I bet I can. I'll potentially take more than once, but I bet I can beat you. Okay, I guess that is just a foghorn that plays at the beginning there. Bribing your horse with an apple? I think you can do better than that, buddy. And yes, I'm doing this on purpose to try and get some stamina up where he's having... yeah. In a narrow area where I can cut him off and not let him pass me. Oh. That's the idea. It doesn't always work, but... you don't have enough stamina to finish the entire race without letting it regen a little bit.
Nice, nice. You seem to know horses as well as you do monsters. Here's your gold. The urge to race again grabs you. Come see me.
Great, yes, I totally read that in Adam Sandler's voice for the record. Very nice, Hans.
So, what'll it be? Gonna race or not?
Yes.
Want to sign up?
Don't need no...
I know, there's no signing.
Good day, Grey One. So, who you gonna race?
Well, there's only one left. Surprised they don't have the dialogue options, you know, drop off as they're no longer available, but...
Ride against Black Bogdan this time.
Take you for a ride, all right.
Come on, let's set the wager and get racing.
I'll be first. If I have to skew on that mare on those spurs.
He'll be first if he has to skewer... Must be some skewer something with his spurs if I had to take a guess.
Let's go.
Nope. Nope. Didn't do it that time. I might have screwed myself, I don't know. Oh, okay. I thought letting him get past me there, I screwed myself.
Nice, nice. You seem to know horses as well as you do monsters. Here's your goal. And if the urge to race again grabs you, come see me.
Alright, well that all went better than I expected in its entirety, I'm gonna admit that. Got another 40 crowns and some horse blinders. Let's see if any of this stuff is actually better. And I completed that quest off, nice. Let's see if any of this is better than what I've already got. No. Okay, 20, 20. I'm surprised I didn't get better than that for that, but okay. 30, 70. Well, that's really disappointing. Everything I got's worse than... Like, the saddle makes sense, because I got the saddle from a higher level race, but... I don't know. That's kind of annoying. It's got the Fable accent. Alright. Actually, I still need to be in here. Where to next? That is the question. Let's see what we got here. We can do an invitation from Kira Metz. I just remember it's been pretty involved, unless I'm just misremembering it. Okay, this is all higher level stuff, or Gwent playing. You know, there's a lot of Gwent coming up at some point. Maybe let's do a separate stream of going around and knocking off all the Gwent that I needed to do. Or just make it a separate video, we'll see. Guess we can go back and try and tackle Jenny again. You know, a little bit higher level. Make sure I've... Okay, I've got everything equipped there. Alright, I'll give this like 2 tries, and if she just obliterates me both times again, then we'll move on again. Might have just been having an off evening for fighting wraiths or something that time, I'm not sure. Other than the fact that she very much kicked my ass repeatedly. I was the proverbial redheaded stepchild in a very big way. I think this Jenny's number is 666. Ha ha ha.
What now, you piece of filth?
Figure that's where you were going with it. Come on, make another pass. There we go. They didn't present much of a challenge, did they? It's okay. And back we go. I don't know why I find it cool to see the lightning in the sky. Actually, the rain looks super cool because it's coming down sideways like that.
Whoa!
And yes, the wind is definitely howling, but yeah, it's a cool effect there. Yes, Spectre Oil and Yrden are going to be my friends for sure. It's alright, Buffy. 100% alright. Somebody had to do it. I wasn't going to because I'm trying to resist the urge to, you know, break into song as I often randomly do. Whoa! Not what I was expecting. Aha, you missed me with your web.
Damn it.
There we go. Jenny. Alright, as Gray pointed out, also make sure my sword's fine. Spectre Oil. Spectre Oil, and there's a bomb that's good for them too. Yes. Okay. Stop switching that one. I don't care. Get Yrden selected. Geralt, get out of the tree. Save right there. She's here. Come on, you were in my Yrden circle. Finally, damage. Very disproportionate to what she does to me, but... Down. Okay, need more oil. Come on. Come back here, Jenny. Oh, that's right, you regenerate. I forget about that. Come on. Stop dematerializing. Come on, Night Race. Need to get you done quickly so she doesn't have too much time to regenerate. Jenny, now get your ass back here. Come on, get in here. I wish they weren't so easily chased out of the Urden circle just by me hitting them. Because it just makes it difficult. Which is the point, but you know. Come on, come get me, Jenny. Yeah, get back in there where I can do more damage again. Come on. Gotcha. Almost. Come on. There we go. What did I get? Spectre Dust, Night Wraith Hair, Dark Essence, Night Wraith Mutagen, Forgotten Brand Sword. That I might be happy to get, I'm not sure. Night Wraith Trophy. I think I already had one. Alright, that went considerably better than last time, thankfully, because last times, plural, went terribly. So, glad that went better. Fun numbers joke. Everyone knows the zip code for Beverly Hills is 90210. Yes, but did you know the zip code for Dawson's Creek is 90108 for our lives to be over? Good, great. That was good. Particularly since, you know, I'm streaming live, so I naturally read it aloud, and I was reading and I didn't know the joke, so I just read it, and yeah, that was well done, and thankfully I played right into it. It would have sucked if I didn't, actually, so I'm glad I didn't ruin your joke, because that was a good one. Yes. I'm really happy to have Jenny defeated. She was a bitch. Literally and figuratively. Well, not literally, because she wasn't canine, but... Forgotten Brand Sword. A lot more damage, a lot less critical damage, but chance to stun. Okay. Yeah, it's probably better overall. Alright, what did I have in here so I can replace it? Armor piercing, bleeding. Cool. Armor piercing. Yes, please. And bleeding, that's typically red as one would expect. Nope, that's attack power. Bleeding. I can throw something else in there too. Stunning is also useful. Alright, cool. A little bit of an upgrade there. No new weapons. It did say it out loud but got distracted by the game. Oh, you did say it out loud but got distracted by the game. Yeah, well played, Gray. Well played. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Actually, on that humorous note, it is my BRB time. Haha, I beat you to it this time, Gray. No, but inevitably, even though I do the airplane thing and go right before I start, it happens. So, bear with me, folks. I will be back in, 2 to 4 minutes, somewhere thereabouts. I'll leave you with a tune. And yeah. Be right back. Alright, and we're back. Thank you for hanging in there, folks. Sorry about that. But anyway, let's get right back to it, shall we? I don't know why I instinctively pull up my inventory to go to whatever menu I want instead of pulling up the equivalent. I mean, one, I don't remember what each individual menu key is, but two, I think it's just habit. Collect my reward there. That's right. Almost forgot to go collect my reward for the hard work of taking out Jenny. Which that fight was not nearly, a true reflection of how much effort went into taking out Jenny. I think Buffy and I'm pretty sure Gray were here. We were both here for the repeated thrashings she gave me the first time around. I think that was last Thursday. Elderman Balko.
For our fair helpers ruling the wilds, we'd have starved long past.
Greetings.
True.
What do ye want?
They're always so rude about it. Like, what do you think I want? You gave me a contract, and now I'm back. What's the logical assumption there?
Got rid of her.
She'll not be back.
No.
Nope.
I know how to dispatch night wraiths for good.
Aye, of course. Your reward, as agreed. Many thanks to ye, Master Witcher.
Farewell.
I always like the quest completion music, the I even got a level out of that. And if I'm not mistaken, which I'll confirm here in just a moment, or, disprove, whichever one happens to be the case. That level 14 gets me another mutation. No. Okay, I was wrong. 15. Well, never mind, I lied. Next level. Alright. Now we'll take that invitation from Kiramet, since we're like hopelessly over leveled for it as it is. We may as well get it out of the way before it. From a leveling perspective, it's already kind of irrelevant, but it's relevant to the story, so gonna do it. Alright, where did my signpost go? Actually, I don't need the signpost, because she is right there. What? Are you offering me a job?
Best stay clear of the swamps.
Are you? Oh, guess not. Thought I heard such and such in exchange for your help, so... I was about to be like, what do you mean? I got the level, it just didn't give me anything. Now I see your point. Yes, level 15 will be good, because then I can add another skill perk, whichever they call it. Looks like, well, Taz is, wanting to be on stream. Such an attention hound. A hot dog, if you will. I'm so punny, aren't I? Sorry, I had
The rats,
to.
why did he need them?
Bloody rodents. Better to have stuffed them with a poison, or crushed them into a pulp with it.
Am I interrupting? Clearly I am. Do go on.
Kira, what are you doing?
Geralt, you gave me quite a start.
Answer the
But now
question.
the mage says, bring me rats and healthy ones. Not something the cat dragged in.
This the lamp from the elf's hideout? And what's this about rats?
Nothing important.
Yeah.
I'll explain later. Now tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Yes, many things, Kira, many things. Yeah. You want me to show her on stream this weekend, Buffy? I can. She's adorable, which is why she's loved despite being thoroughly obnoxious. She's definitely an adorable little one. I can get her up here on stream. She won't be happy about it, but I can get her on camera.
Why do you want the lamp?
You just witnessed why. To communicate with lost souls.
Didn't know you were interested in that kind of magic.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Why'd the elf promise you the lamp?
We traded for it. He needed powerful magic and sensed I was no common wart charmer. I brewed him a potion. To delay nervous tissue degeneration, stave off memory loss or some such.
Who'd he want to use it on?
He didn't say.
Interesting.
So, bet you saw this question coming. What are you doing
I thought we
here?
went over this
Let me
already.
think. Enjoying the country air? Admiring the unspoilt scenery? Or is it furthering the age-old alliance between the city and its breadbasket? No. I'm in hiding, Geralt. Blind to the state of the world? Don't you see what's happening?
Mean the persecution mages now face?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Radovid's new pastime. Pursuing anyone with a whiff of magic about them. Witch hunters. Sound familiar? Murderers scouring the
Unfortunately.
north from end to end. Burning books, hanging soothsayers, torturing herbalists.
Yeah, we've had this entire conversation. Weird that it's
Changing the subject.
not grayed out, but I don't want to have it again. And I know we literally had this the first time we encountered her when she, pleasantly greeted us with the topless view that, no one got to see but me because YouTube rules and such. Pretty sure I've asked her that
Any news of
too.
your sisters from the lodge?
None. We can't know too much about one another these days. It's safer that way.
Even tried to contact one another?
Excuse me.
I've wanted to many times. But I've no way of knowing who would answer. Or who might be listening.
Yeah, we had that conversation last time. Alright. The real reason I'm here, because you wanted me to come.
From me.
I did, and still do. The cursed isle on Lake Windammer. You've heard of it, I'm sure. The local peasants mumble incessantly about it, about the wraiths that haunt it. They claim none who go there return.
How'd it come to be cursed?
That's what I don't know. I must break this spell, yet I've been unable to identify its source.
Gotta know something.
Scraps. The curse is somehow linked to the tower where Serard, the lord of these lands, took refuge when Nilfgaard invaded. Claims in the village are that peasants, desperate of hunger, sailed to Fyke Isle to beg for food. Met their end there. It was a massacre. So, will you please help me lift this curse? You're so good at these things.
Why are you so intent on this?
I'm not. The local peasantry is. The Isle, miss. You've got to lift the charm. You're a good witch, a great witch. There's no end to it.
Uh-huh. See, I thought you didn't care for the locals. The great witch you are.
I failed to lift the curse, and they could conclude I'm not so great. Not enough to conceal me from the witch hunters and risk getting sent to the gallows themselves.
What others think, your image, that's all you care about.
The point is, listen, I didn't flee to these wilds just to stupidly get caught because some bull with grit under his fingernails grows annoyed with me.
Deja vu all over again. Yeah. I mean, this part's not, but...
So the peasants who went to the island for food, this lord had them murdered?
The villagers say he had them poisoned.
A real gentleman.
Well, I never met him. But he certainly didn't seem such a cruel man, judging by what a mage from the Isle told me.
A mage lived on the island? Did you know him? Where is he now?
We were friends. Sadly, he died that day as well. Very few survived.
This plot gets
But
thicker
even
and
those
thicker.
who escaped the Isle soon suffered agonizing deaths. Strangely, they did not seem to have been poisoned.
Strangely indeed. Of course I'll help you.
All right, I'll help.
I knew you'd find it irresistible. Naturally, you'll need to sail to Phi Kyle.
Naturally.
What then?
Well, the spirits who wander the Isle, you must establish a rapport with them. Don't know how, but they could point us in the direction of the curse's source.
Think they'll be willing to chat?
Of course, provided you take my magic lamp with you. I shall let you keep it afterwards in appreciation.
Why, thank you.
You'll find it quite useful, I'm sure.
Do actually remember it coming in handy a few other times. I actually remember it being a decent, like, lantern. Maybe I might be remembering something different game. Who knows? Yes,
Can't
why
you just
won't
come
you?
with me?
I tried to go to Phi Kyle once. Thought my head would burst, the curse's magic was so strong.
Nice of you to send me there.
I was about to say that
experienced an
myself.
acute nasal hemorrhage. You stand to endure a wobble of your medallion at most. At Aretusa, they trained me to detect even the subtlest magic pulses. This was like getting smacked across my haunches with a grain flail.
Funny. Thought you'd go in for that sort of thing.
Take my boat. I left it on the lake shore near the village. Should be fit to use. Provided rot hasn't eaten it, as it seems to eat everything here.
I do think she would go in for that sort of thing, to be blunt.
How's the lamp actually work? I mean, do I just rub it, or do I have to do something, magical?
You needn't even rub. Just place it where you find bones and hear whispers. I suppose I should warn you, it might not be the most pleasant experience.
In what
Figured as
way?
much. Tell you all about it later. Maybe skip the drastic bits.
You'll need to do neither. I'll give you a Xenovox. It's a bauble that will let us speak over some distance. You will tell me what you see, and I shall tell you what to do and look for.
Never heard of a Xenovox.
It works just like a megascope, but is far more portable. Think of it as a magic box that talks.
They hard to build?
Extremely. That's why they're so rare. I certainly couldn't build anything like it.
So no chance these Xenovoxes will catch on with every mage using one?
Not the slightest.
Probably a good thing. It's a magical walkie-talkie, in other words. Not that they would know what a
So, where'd
walkie-talkie
you
is
get
for
the
comparison.
Found it in the mine along with the lamp. Thought it was part of the lamp at first. Didn't realize what I'd actually found until later.
Think it belonged to the elven mage?
Clearly. And I didn't even know the elves used them.
I need to know anything else before
Maybe
I go.
they don't, and he just had one.
No, that is all. Oh, go already. I can't wait to see what you discover on Phi Kyle. Just be sure to come and see me afterwards. And Geralt.
What?
Thank you.
No, at least she thanked me. I have quest items. You have a new quest item. Sorry, that was an exclamation. You have a new quest item! Prepare it for use by placing it in an appropriate slot in the inventory panel, then selecting it from the quick access menu. To use the item, press or hold. Middle button. Space to continue. I guess I oversold that ever so slightly, but I love the naming conventions they used for walkie-talkie. It makes so much sense. I walkie and I talkie. Brilliant. I have always wondered why the basically appropriate name for it is a baby name. Like, I've always thought that. Like, I mean, it makes sense. It's brilliant. It is, like you said, it's quite literal. Walkie-talkie. I walkie, I talkie. But it's like, how did the baby gibberish name get to be the common name for it? Why did it put me back in the destination Skellige again? When clearly I should be going to Fyke Island to probably encounter some unpleasant things. There we go.
Let's go.
Other way, Roach. Now that we have the appropriate quests selected. Well, if you think about it, Gray, there's not really a more adult name for the device, if you will. I mean, you could say two-way radio if it happens to be the two-way version. Or, I mean, radio comms.
Whoa there, Roach.
What the F is the actual, now that I'm thinking about it, name for that? Ah, the Brethren of General Voorhees, who, despite being very low level, are kicking my ass for some reason. Okay, well, it ended fine in the end, but that did not go well. Not sure what was happening. Couldn't get my timing appropriate. Instead, I just kept getting hit. In other words, playing poorly. Just get in the boat. Boats. With its raging rivers, deep oceans, and broad lakes nestled in mountain valleys, the world contains many areas inaccessible on foot or horseback. To get to them, you must either swim or sail. Look for boats along shorelines and at locations marked with the harbor symbol. Be careful, if your boat smashes into rocks or other obstacles, it will become damaged and might even sink. Boats. To take the helm of the boat, press E. Another fun fact, the boats don't like repair, so if you leave a somewhat damaged boat somewhere and then go back to it, it's still damaged. And boats don't, like more boats don't generate either. Critical amounts of damage will cause it to sink. So in other words, you want to try and keep the boats in decent repair since you need them frequently and at different times. I say all this as I ran my boat into something. Fast travel. You can fast travel while on a boat, but only to destinations accessible via a water route. To fast travel by boat, open the world map panel while at the helm of a ship. You can travel to any point marked with a harbor symbol. Do I actually have any? Guess I do. Can I actually fast travel here? Oh wait, no, that's a boat symbol, not the harbor symbol. I'm an idiot. That's just telling me there are boats there for the taking. Yes, I wanted to know. Oh, so I could fast travel there and there. I forgot about that mechanic, but very happy it's here. Again, not helping me at this exact moment in time, but it's okay.
Geralt, can you hear me? How goes it? Where are you?
Almost there.
Splendid. I shall contact you again soon.
Wait, this Xenovox. Can I contact you with it, or is it one way?
One way only, I'm afraid. You'll have to trust my feminine intuition.
Your what?
My feminine intuition.
Wonderful.
So I was thinking. Nothing against her feminine intuition, but would be nice to be able to, you know, talk to her. Wait, no. nice big chunk out of my boat. What the hell? I heard a woman screaming. I'm not sure where. Maybe here. Must be.
Geralt? Are you on the Isle yet? Does the Xenovox work? Can you hear me?
What? Can't hear. Crank broke already.
What are you talking about? I could hear her just fine.
What did you say? There's some interference. You must be very careful.
Why, other than the fact that there's rot fiends here? Well, at least... At least my socketed, what the hell's it called? Not gem, glyph. Just doing its job reasonably well and set several of them on fire. It's just, we've firmly established in other streams, killing it with fire is a good thing, usually, almost always. Alright, Wikipedia, walkie-talkie, more formally known as a handheld transceiver, HT, is a handheld portable two-way radio transceiver. Because you know Wikipedia is always right. This seems like an accurate definition of it, the device, to me. Sadly doesn't give us anything about the origin of the name. Nice. That sounded like more rot fiends. Oh, nope, drowners. More dead drowners. Oh yeah, use the magic lamp to find ghosts. Good idea, we already have it selected. Okay, so the magic lamp is going to be... There we go. But yeah, see, it gives off a pretty good amount of light, and if I remember correctly, like even in a cave and stuff, it actually is a bit more effective than the torch later on. Could be misremembering again, but you know, we'll see. Although I can't run while I'm holding it, I can only walk in this incredibly slow manner, which is less than ideal. Handheld transceiver, ew, I can see why they want, yeah, I mean, I'd rather call it a walkie-talkie than handheld transceiver or an HT. Okay, downside of the lamp is, I don't recall, makes you walk slower than molasses. Like, annoyingly slow. Ah! That worked out pretty nicely, actually. Ah. Rot Fiend. There's gross. Which, you know, they're aptly named, I'll give them that. Alright. But yeah, I wouldn't want to go around calling it an HT or handheld transceiver either. Walkie-talkie does have a nice ring to it, it's just really got such a childish ring to it also. It's like, what the hell? It's a lantern. Why can't I walk faster holding a lantern? Seriously. But I'm actually in the search area now. Hello, ghoul. Ghouls. Handy talkie? Oh my god, way to fail epically, Motorola, for one of the worst names I've ever heard for anything. Handy talkie. Sounds like... an audio hand job, whatever that would be. And let's be real, hand jobs suck anyway. I don't need an audio version. Yeah, or a late night number. YouTube's telling me it's not receiving enough data again. This is by far the worst stream I've ever had in terms of dropped frames and YouTube having some issues. I mean, led to believe the issues are effectively on my end, but sorry for whatever drops and everything you guys are experiencing. I'm not 100% sure, it's hard to say. Because half the time it tells me these things, everything looks fine, and occasionally it looks bad to me and it's not telling me anything's wrong, so I don't know. Considering you can burn enemies with your torch, does that make it a fighty lady? It's gonna be a fighty lady from now on, unless I forget between now and Sunday, which might actually happen. Alright, Gray, you have to show up on Sunday just so you remember fighty lady, so I use it and it, you know, catches on. Because I'm down with fighty lady. Their walkie-talkie referred to the backpack that was used by the military. The handheld one became the handy-talkie. My god. I'm a little blurry on on your computer, but your phone is fine. Maybe YouTube's telling me lies again. It's gonna be the first time. Yeah, definitely remind me of the fighty lady. Oh, okay, good. They gave me the green mist clouds, so I know what to look for. That's right.
Let's try Kira's lamp.
They're on to us! They'll not let Graham in!
Quiet, fool. Babylon and the noble himself will hear you.
Nah, he sat his arse on silk pillows, likely be gobbling meat. We've no notion we's coming to tear him to shreds.
Way's clear, lads! Adam!
Probably goblin meat, huh? Again, jokes in there. Not what they were getting at. Surprisingly, actually, for this game. My sword is broken. I believe it's my... No, damn it, it is my silver sword that's broken, so I do need to fix it. 90% no. 40%, 15. No. Wrong kind of repair kit. There we go. I had a considerable hiccup, whole stream buffered for about 5 to 6 seconds when that occurred. Good now though? Okay. This is episode 13, so it makes sense you're having issues. You're right, actually. This is episode 13, so it makes, it does make perfect sense that this would be having issues.
Winds howling.
Oh, perfectly on cue, Geralt. Thank you. Actually, no one said it all straight. Well, I did a couple of times, but I think that's the first time Geralt said it, shockingly. Who's gobbling meat? When we were watching the Ghost playing, they were saying the nobles probably, they're gonna surprise me, he's probably in there gobbling meat. Despite the innuendo and joke that my brain went to, I pictured him gobbling on a big turkey leg for no apparent reason.
Damn, you're ugly.
Flippin' water hags. Put the lantern away, Geralt. Yeah, now I can move. Even though it lets me, like, move normally fighting, even with the lanterns out somewhat, it doesn't actually let me dodge and jump out of the way and stuff. It's super annoying. Enhanced ogre oil. I will be happy to have that later. As if I remember correctly, I do encounter quite a few different types of ogroids that I have to dispatch. Don't have to dispatch all of them. Some of them are hilarious, actually. So if I remember correctly, there's quite a few that I choose not to kill because they're just funny and... Well, they do tend to eat people. But sometimes that's okay. Because they don't eat kids, as far as I could ever tell. Just for the record. Just adults. No goblin meat. Actually, I don't think there surprisingly are any goblins in this game, despite all the various types of monsters and magical creatures. I don't recall there ever being an actual goblin as by that name, or creature by that name, which is odd. Might just be forgetting them too, but most other things you can think of. Oh, well, okay. I guess I'm right about the lack of goblins, since you just made the same point I did, and I just hadn't read it yet before I started blathering on saying the same thing you did.
Millie, we gotta flee. Quick now. Millie! Millie, what's with you?
I don't know. So what? Burning. Ah!
What? No. No, stay back.
Don't leave me!
Interesting. Slavic. Oh, you're right. Yeah, the author was Polish. These were really originally written in Polish, which I obviously knew because I was explaining about the name Jaskier for Dandelion in the show, which they didn't actually change his name for the show. That's the original. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that again because I don't think there's anybody in here at the moment that wasn't there that night, so you don't need the repeat explanation, but yeah, that would make sense, I guess. I didn't actually realize there were not goblins in Slavic mythology, folklore. Can't say that I ever thought about it one way or the other either. So I guess that will explain the answer to my next comment, which was going to be there's also no orcs, because goblins made me think of Lord of the Rings, which then made me think of orcs. Probably aren't orcs in Slavic mythology either. Again, I don't really know. I'll take your word for it because it seems plausible and reasonable.
Didn't come here to ask nicely.
That seems
Place is full
clear
of rats.
already.
As many dead as alive. Think they're feeding on.
Geralt, stop. You needn't be so detailed.
That's why she didn't want to come, as rats. As we know from the Elven Mage's Cave, she is terrified of rats. She's terrified of them and hates them both.
Blood. Many must have died here.
Again, that seemed obvious just from the... well, everything we knew already, actually.
Where's that noble? Lying here, quiet.
Ah, crap.
Where's that noble? Lying here, quiet as a mouse, head split open like a rotted pumpkin. More like a peasant now, sloshing around in his own blood and shite. Be nothing noble about him. Too quick a death they gave him. Should have been made to suffer. He's not the end of it. Sons can suffer for him, and the daughter. To the top!
Yeah, that makes sense. Retaliate against those that didn't actually do the wrong. Great logic.
Rich folk. Doubt I'll ever understand them. Keeping rats in cages like rabbits.
Let him out, maybe? Like to die of hunger if we leave him there.
I'd sooner burn the vermin. Releasing him's not like to bring no good.
Nope.
Imagine the harm they'd do if they swam back to the village.
Swam? Rats? How do you figure they'd do that?
Because rats swim.
You needn't fret for them. Clever little bastards. Clever than you.
They seem sluggish to you. Got the mange, maybe? Oh, that stench!
Alright, so there's something off about the rats other than the were being kept in mass in cages like pets and the fact that they're rats. Apparently they smell far worse than rats typically do. Which probably means they smell pretty bad, because rats by and large, I mean, well, pet rats usually don't smell poorly unless their owners don't take care of them, but I have a feeling these weren't, you know, the pet hamster or guinea pig type of pet rat. Well, I'm actually thinking they were more like guinea pigs, just in the more literal non-pet sense. Like the science experiment sense. Is that...
Don't stop.
Yep. Sure enough, that stuff's just, you know,
Don't start.
flying around on its own.
Annabelle. Back to your craft. Always bending my ear about fool peasants. I'll not hear of them again. That simpleton turned your head, but one Graham hardly makes the rest courtly, one and all.
My lord, peasants. They're through the door in the tower.
Gold! Piles of it! Oh, won't do the dead any good now, will it? Strange it's still here. The noble died a time ago. Who's that? Show yourself. Anyone there? Who? Who are you?
I want to know who it was, but why don't I get to see? Yeah, so I guess this stuff kind of swirls around and when there's one of those ghost things, ghost memories, whatever it is that we're seeing with the lantern, because we're not actually seeing ghosts with it. We're seeing flashes of time. Something like that. You just checked, according to the calendar, you're working 10s till mid-May. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. It sucks. So that means you're on till 11 to 11:30 until mid-May. Yeah, that does really suck. Alright. Stuff was kind of moving around, like there were... was one of those up here, but I guess not. Now, is the mid-May gonna be a definite, like, end to it, finally, for you? Or...
Where are you? Have you got to the laboratory at the top of the tower yet?
I'm at the top. Nothing here that looks like a laboratory.
Then you've not reached the highest level. Look for a passage.
Working on it. I don't remember you mentioning a lab before. Not that that's surprising. Yeah, it's looking like it. Hopefully we get a week or two of normal shifts scattered in. Well, that would be good at least, so it's not... Because it's surprising how much better that week of 8s feels when you're compared to 10s. Well, I'm assuming normal would be 8s. But anyway, what I was going to say is that actually, that might be the question you're answering, because I don't remember if I got it all the way out before Kira started talking over the Xenovox, but, okay, so definite and supposedly, but, I guess definite's relative, because they could, I suppose, change it anyway.
Across the floor, or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
Well, yeah, that's obviously a false wall. Come on now, Geralt. More specific info's above your pay grade? Yeah, that makes sense. I was just wondering if you knew.
Someone dragged something across the floor.
Alright, we've established this,
From one wall to the other, repeatedly.
Okay. So that didn't do it. So maybe just this one down. There we go. I'm assuming I have to have them both in the appropriate position at the same time to open it. Normally there's some sort of indication as to which is which. Or maybe there was and I just wasn't paying attention to the claw mark clues.
Looks like a laboratory. Pretty well equipped, too.
Yes, it does. I'd like to find log part 1 and read things in order. I'm assuming it's somewhere in here already, because I haven't found it yet.
Experimenting on humans. Never would have gotten away with it if the Conclave were still in charge.
But only if they knew about it. Ah, here we go. Log part 1, and who do I still hear crying? Okay, I'm caught up on chat. What is the necessity for the tens anyway? Is it short-staffed for you guys, or what? I'm sure you've told us before, but I don't remember. The Mage Alexander's Log Part 1, Day 237. My experiments continue to return results I must consider unreliable. Methodological errors are not at fault. The problem lies in the shoddy and fallible research material I am forced to work with. Despite his prior assurance, Versad is unable to provide me with enough moderately healthy specimens for my tests. Most of the material is starved and terrified, having been dragged here straight from the dungeon. I waste a great deal of time daily washing and delousing them before I will so much as let them step foot in my laboratory. Sterility first. Okay, so they blame him there. As Marty Sodergren managed to prove in her little-known work, the attitude of a patient undergoing treatment can have a significant impact on the battle against the disease. Unfortunately, the volunteers with which I am supplied do not show sufficient comprehension, let alone enthusiasm, for the noble work in which they are taking part. Most people don't want to be experimented on, but anyway. In fact, it seems they consider the research part of their punishment. Oh, go figure. I have tried a few times, though I am but a poor speaker, to convince them that they are contributing to the eradication of one of the greatest plagues tormenting mankind. I had the distinct impression they understood little, but perhaps their stupor was merely the result of the early stages of the illness. Of course, it is possible to achieve success without significant sacrifices. The overwhelming majority of them will have to lay down their lives on the altar of learning, but that is the sacrifice I'm willing to make. Yeah, you are, because you're not the one laying down your life. You might have in the end, but... Right now, we shall read Log 2. Because, 2 comes after 1. The Mage Alexander's Log Part 2, Day 346. I never did like rats, not because of their obscene tales, but rather on account of their lively, disturbing intelligence. They are always listening when a man believes he is talking only to himself, and, what's worse, they seem to understand. A few days ago, I caught myself talking to one of them, to a particularly large black male with a torn-off ear. At first I was overcome by panic. Was this a first manifestation of the illness? Of course that was impossible, for I had fortified my immunity with powerful spells. Upon further consideration, I concluded it was an altogether natural reflex, one even the most learned among us find hard to restrain. We mages like to be listened to. I placed the black rat in a separate cage. The time will come for it to play a part in the tests. Meanwhile, it can keep me company and observe. I've noticed it looks with great concentration at the cages of its infected brethren, particularly those in the last stages of illness. Fascinating. Speaking of company, I have none besides the black rat, and cannot hope for better. Versad avoids the laboratory and has expressed his desire for his daughter to steer clear of me as well. At first I thought he feared a moral scandal. which would be risible in the extreme, but he explained the true reason in due course. It seems Annabelle has always possessed a fragile psychic constitution. Observing the ill might throw her into foul humors. Fair concern. The peasants taking part in this study have stopped speaking to me. I don't know what they believe this little act of defiance will serve. It does me no harm. They made for lousy conversation partners. There remains, of course, the woman, but as for her, I try to limit my contact. Who's the woman? Day 362. My black rat has died. Today I found him curled up in his cage. I suspected he'd become infected on accident, but during the autopsy I did not uncover any signs of illness. He was also perfectly well fed. Strange, from a medical point of view, his death remains unexplained, something which, I must admit, irritates the scholar in me, but, as mentioned previously, I'm not particularly fond of rats. Okay. Sounded like a wraith.
Why did you leave? You claimed to love me. I'm cold. Why has no one come for me? I cannot leave this place. I see no way out. Who are you? Do you seek to hurt me as well?
No.
Don't
think so.
I want to lift the curse that grips this island. Your turn to tell me who you are. The other ghosts, they couldn't see me.
I'm special. Always was. The rare beauty. The Lord's daughter. These lands, as far as the eye could see, were ours. My family and I, we hid in the Major's Tower to await the war's end, the end of hard times. It was not to be forever.
Yes.
Mage who lived here. Who was he?
Alexander? I hardly knew him. He spent most of his time locked away in this tower. He's dead too, you know.
Kinda figured.
They're all dead. Mountains of corpses, yet I stand here alone, all alone. They've all abandoned me.
You too are a corpse.
Even you promised me everlasting love. You will abandon me as well.
If I can lift the curse, you yourself will be free to leave. Tell me what happened here. Peasants sailed to the island to ask for food.
If I lift
Is that
it.
true?
No. They came to rob and kill. They thought us rich, believed we'd stowed ourselves away here to laugh at their misery. Yet we had little food as well. Too little to share with those who came. They slaughtered everyone. I heard my father cry out, but the mage told me not to reveal myself or let anyone in. He gave me a potion. If I was discovered, I was to drink it. He said everything would be all right.
What kind of potion was it? Remember its smell? What it looked like?
I remember only that I feared to drink it.
Didn't trust the mage?
In the village, they claimed he meddled in disease. Not curing it, but causing it. They said he lured rats into the tower, infected them with the Catriona. Only rumors, surely, but I was afraid. So horribly afraid.
Seems like you have right to
And
be.
then I heard him. My beloved Graham. He called to me. I opened the door for him, but others rushed in. They lunged at me and...
Your beloved failed to save you. Why?
There were too many. Leave her be, he shouted. He grabbed at them, tried to stop them. They just laughed.
Of course they did.
They gripped my arms, tore at my dress. I managed to free myself and drink the potion, and then... nothing.
Poisoned. That how you died?
No, for I later awoke. I was alone, it was dark. Only there were rats. Everywhere. Dozens. Hundreds.
Kinda like
And I
now.
couldn't move.
Sleeping potion. Effects hadn't worn off yet. You are paralyzed.
They were everywhere. All over me like insects. My face, my hands. I felt them rip open my skin, then crawl into my stomach. They tore me apart, and I could not even scream.
Ooh, you can lie
Have
about
I
the
not
rats.
suffered enough? Why can't I leave this place?
You weren't the last to die on this island. Found a fresh corpse in the tower.
The island's a dangerous place. Folks should not venture here. I too wish to leave.
The dead man. Looked like a monster had attacked him, recently. The tower home to anything else?
How am I to know? There's lots of wraiths here. I hear them whispering every night.
Not talking about ghosts. A monster who hunts here. You must have noticed something.
I don't know. I've noticed naught. Why do you ask? Why must you press me so? You're to be my savior, not my tormentor.
Come on. Be semi-helpful.
Can you talk to the island's other specters?
No, I'm alone here. The others, they flee when they see me. I know not why. You do not fear me, do you?
No. Used to dealing with ghosts. Though, gotta admit, there's something about you. You're different.
But how?
How can I help you?
A curse born of hatred binds me to this place. Only love's power can hope to lift it. But who could love a wraith?
And your beloved, he dead too?
Graham? No, he lives. I would know if he died. But he fled and abandoned me. Left me here all alone.
Maybe you could strip the curse of its power by forgiving him. You might cleanse the isle. Your beloved, who is he?
Might.
Noble's son?
No, a poor fisherman. My father objected, strongly. He did not see us together. I miss him so. Each night I walk to the island shore to gaze upon the village. Does he remember me still?
Said before you can't leave the tower.
Did I? You must have misheard.
I don't think so.
Nope.
I
heard correctly.
I don't know anymore. It's all a nightmare to me.
Mm-hmm. Something's fishy.
As I see it, you're the curse's focus. The other ghosts on the island, their auras aren't nearly as strong as yours. My medallion started pulsating as soon as we started talking.
I don't know what you mean, but you do seem to know some things. You could be right. My fate is tied to the Isle, I feel that. Perhaps because I am heiress of these lands.
It could be your blood ties to the land, the base of the curse, that is. If so, forgiving Graham, laying your resentment to rest should lift it.
I loved him. I'm prepared to forgive him. But I must know that he regrets what he did. Take my bones to him. He must bury them. This will be our farewell. Will you speak to him? Will you do this for me?
I'm not sure I trust her.
Really sad story, but something's not right. Got a feeling.
What is it?
You're not telling me everything. You know the island's dangerous, but refuse to tell me about the monster that lives here.
Yep.
There is no monster.
I think you're lying. Question is, why? To protect the beast? Or is it that...
Stop! I will not hear this!
I can't help you. Taking anything off this cursed island, from any cursed place, just too dangerous. And a dead woman's bones, that's asking for trouble.
They said witches are heartless beasts. Will you bring Graham here then? I so long to say goodbye.
Annabelle, listen.
You never wished to help me, and here I hope someone would finally take pity on me.
I had a feeling he was gonna come to this.
Gotta catch them.
Oh, now she's a plague maiden. Thought she was a wraith. Pest. Okay. Dang. Her sad tale and pathetic demeanor certainly changed when I said no.
What was that? It sounded for a moment like you joined the Wraiths yourself.
Had to fight a pester.
A pester? And did you learn how to lift the curse before you lunged at her, sword in hand?
Yeah, we talked a bit. Looks like I need to get her beloved to the island. Fisherman named Graham.
I know the man. He lives in Oriton, village on the lakeshore. Find him immediately. We're close to unraveling this. I can feel it.
Okay.
Wonder what led them here. Hunger or greed?
Probably a bit of both, really. Okay. So we need to get there, and I think we're gonna wrap up this quest next time because it's already after 10. Not sure how long this is gonna take because I'm went a different route than I did last time. So it seems like a good place to wrap up because we're at least a breaking point in the quest, even though we didn't complete it. But yeah, since I don't know how much is left, I don't want to just go on open-ended. Weekend stream, typically I would, but like I said, this also seems like a pretty good place to wrap up for the evening anyway. So yeah, got a bit accomplished tonight, and we're working on a Kira's side quest to see where that goes. We just dispatched a plague maiden. That was disguised as a ghost that needed help, and Kira has now told us we need to lift the curse, so we need to go find her beloved Graham, who kind of betrayed her and brought all the peasants to her manor, if you will, whatever it is. And they killed everybody except her because she took a potion to make her appear dead, and then the rats ate her alive before she could actually move. So she was eaten alive while awake, but anyway, yeah. Pretty terrible death, so I can understand why she's upset, but at the same time, yeah, it doesn't need to be going spreading a plague, which I'm pretty sure is what a plague maiden would do. But we'll never know now, because she's dead. Actually, we will. You know, I'll touch more on that later, but not yet. So that's tonight's stream. A lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. As always, thank you to everybody who came by to hang out. Looks like we had a few in there. We had the usuals for the weeknights, Buffy and Gray. I appreciate both of you coming by. Always a lot of fun. And looks like we had a few others in there, not in chat, but appreciate those of you who stopped by for doing so. If you're still in here, thank you very much. If not, well, thank you anyway. Like I said, next stream will be at 10:15 in the morning on Sunday, Arizona time, which will be 9:15 a.m. Pacific, because I'm getting a new bed delivered on Saturday, and streaming while getting a delivery, especially that kind, bad on all levels. So I bumped that to Sunday, where I'll hopefully be well rested in my new bed. That'll be great. So yeah, that's the plan. Next stream Sunday, we'll finish off this quest. We'll go find Graham. Hopefully we lift the curse and see what other motives Kira has, because knowing her, she has many ulterior motives, not just one, but several. She's a friend, but we do not sort of that we trust her, really. Definitely has her own motivations that she does not share. So between now and then, another reason for the extra day in between, if the bed delivery wasn't enough, which is the primary reason, I've got some things to be doing that will improve the stream here coming up. Namely, some things came in. This puppy that I've been trying to get for months since it came out, finally here, so I can scrap the placeholder CPU that I had, get this puppy going, and we can bump up the quality on the stream probably quite a bit. So very excited about that. It's the 5800, so it'll be a significant upgrade from my 3600. So I gotta get that installed. Also, not that this will impact the stream, but more of an aesthetic thing. Gonna vertically mount my GPU finally. I was just basically waiting till the next time I had to tear it apart. And also, this baby came in. Very excited about that. So audio quality will improve quite a bit, and I won't have the mic on my face, which will be nice for me because I don't really like having it there. Plus, it'll block my stunning mug. No, really, I just don't like having it there. It bothers me. Plus, it's easy for me to breathe on it. Plus, this will allow me to separate some audio more and hopefully keep things more consistent and just overall sound better as well. So. Some improvements to the stream there coming for Sunday. Hopefully the camera will be more ideally placed. I've got it close, but not quite where I want it, so a little bit more moving around. And improve the lighting a little bit as well. It's actually not bad. It's just more the fact that it's casting the glare that it is. I want to see if I can improve that. I'm not unhappy with actually how the lighting on me is, to be honest. It's just I want to see if I can improve the glare a little bit. See if we can't get the Stormtrooper to actually look like a Stormtrooper back there, which is actually what it is, but it's a little too bright. But anyway, so those are the things. Thanks, everybody. Again, thanks for hanging out, and I will hopefully see everybody on Sunday, along with the usual suspects for the British Invasion / Cooking with Matt / everything the Saturday show turns into. But anyway, thanks again for everybody to everybody for hanging out. Had a lot of fun, and I will see you on Sunday. Now I'm going to quit talking and get ready for bed. Thanks, guys. Good night.